There is one last little thing I'd like to take care of. If he would let me do it now. He might not, though. We might have to leave the area and come back to initiate it. Or will you let me do it now? Buddy? Alright. So now that we've healed this guy up, he's going to allow us access to a number of trials and fights that would otherwise be just one time only. Now here we can either go through boss fights or Silent Realms. So if you thought you were locked out of Dusk Relics and you didn't collect enough of them, this is where you can get anything that you still need. But we're going to be doing battles, because there are two specific items that we want to get from these. If you beat 8 in a row, he'll give you a new shield, and if you beat 4 in a row, he'll give you a heart piece. I'll be going to get both of them, but you can only get one at a time. So I'll be trying to get the 8 in a row first. And then I'll just off-screen the 4 in a row. So the absurdly sturdy shield sounds like a good idea to get. But if you lose, it's game over. So he tells you straight out. But you'll get the opportunity to leave in the middle of each fight, and he'll tell you, well, not in the middle of it, at the end of it. However, you also cannot open up your adventure pouch while you are in these fights. So fairies, I don't know if fairies will help you. You can't access potions, you can't change shields, that sort of stuff. And not heart metals, but the life metals are useless. So we'll only have 17 hearts instead of 19. But he at least lets you pick which fight you want to start with. Now at this point, we've only unlocked 9 boss fights, I believe, and if you want to get 8, then chances are you'll want to start with whichever fight gives you the most trouble. So the one I'm most likely to fail is probably in Prison 2, so that's the one I like to start with. Because chances are you're going to... Actually, is this in Prison 1 or in Prison 2? I forget. Hopefully it's in Prison 2. So this one I have the easiest problem failing, so it's the one I like to get out of the way. And just like the refights in Wind Waker, you can only use items that you had at that point. Now, although pouch items are not allowed, if you activate a potion prior to talking to him, the potion will still be active. So for instance, if you want to activate an invincibility potion before the fights start, and you have a potion medal that extends its time, you can do that and it'll help. But I'm going to try to do it vanilla. So, okay, he has arms, good. So let's see if we can run up. I don't think for the first one we need Bruce's help. He seems to be moving slowly enough. But you can see he also has a timer at the top. Is he moving too fast? I don't remember, actually. I should remember, I only did this not too long ago. Oh yeah, no, he's gonna throw you right off. Well, poo. I don't know if I need his... Actually, I do need his help. Okay, let's go, Bruce. Hopefully that bomb actually hits him. But I think I still need to knock his hands off. I don't know, this might be easier. I do forget, though. I mean, I always wanted to try beating it this way to see if it actually does make a difference, or it gives you the same issue. I forget how I beat in Prison 2 the first time. Maybe I've jumped on his head. I think I had to knock him over, though, because I remember knocking his hand out. You're not going to let me past, are you? Son of a bitch. I'm not even going to be able to make it back around him, am I? He blocked me. Oh, if you get up, I'm going to be so angry. But you can see he also has a timer. And all of the fights are going to have a timer like that. Now, do I want to jump out in front of him, or how do I want to do this? I think I'll wait until the next one comes up, and then just try to run my way around him. Bruce, I know! I still need to catch up to him, though. So I'll run my stamina meter down, and then we'll call on Bruce's help. Hopefully we don't miss like an idiot again. Because I noticed even some of the shots that I shouldn't have missed were still ridiculously bad shots. Or like they were close, but I did certain things I shouldn't have to make them a lot harder to hit. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. It's the same freaking imprisoned fight that nobody wanted to see again. What more is there to say about it? But if you want to be the most efficient about this, the Thunder Dragon will give you money provided that you beat your best time. So if you want to be super efficient, you'll want to make the least, or you'll want to make your worst effort the first time, so it's really easy to beat the second time and he gives you that bonus. But the reason why Imprison 2 gives me so much trouble is because once he gets to the point where he is right now, it's difficult to judge where to jump on him because the jump is so steep. A lot of the time, it's easier to kind of see where you are, but the camera doesn't help you out at all here. You see what I mean? The camera angle, once you get beyond a certain point here, is ridiculously bad. And especially at this point, like if I don't get Bruce's help right now, I'm going to have to run all the way up onto the track to get a jump on him. I don't think I'm even going to be able to reach him now if I do hit him, so I'm going to have to run all the way back up. This is the reason why Imprison 2 gives me so much trouble. Because if you are not perfect about this, I actually think he might run me off if I don't get in position right now. I forget. What side are you on, Bruce, anyway? Oh, that's not good. Okay, we're doing this now. We're going all in. Hopefully I can catch up to him. But, I mean, at least you have another chance with the track up here, but even so, the camera is still not good to you. You can't tell where the hell you're going. So, I made it look a lot easier than I usually have with it the first time, but you can see with this one why Imprison 2 gives me so much trouble. Because if you hesitate with one of the first two hits, it's really difficult to judge your angle for the third when you need to jump on his head, because the camera is fighting you the whole way and you cannot see where you're jumping. That's why I hate Imprison so much. But it's out of the way. So you can see, since it's our best time, or the first time refighting that particular boss, he'll give us 50 rupees. And he'll give us the same one, the same reward, if we beat that time again. So if we want to leave now, he'll give us a small reward of 20 rupees. Or we can continue on. However, we keep the same health loss that we got in the previous battle. So it's important if you're in a battle that has hearts for you to pick up, that you pick up those hearts. Because they won't be restored at the start of the next fight. And you don't get the opportunity to pick which fight you do next. However, although we can't use the weapons we used before, we get to keep the true Master Sword, which is nice. So all of our sword attacks, or all of the fights where our sword will do damage, or do a decent amount of damage. I should have let him charge at me, because otherwise he won't be able to be hit. See, I never know which direction to swing for that. Is it the... You'd think it's the direction that he charges at you, but it's apparently not. How about you come over where I can hit you, so this fight doesn't take forever? That'd be nice. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm extremely rusty on this game, but it really shouldn't matter. So it'll give us a decent chunk of money. It's nice to have, I don't think we need it. So let's keep going. Fight number 3, coming up. And we go from Girahim 1 to Girahim 2. How about that? Okay, you're gonna protect the side that I'm not going for? That's fine, you can do that, I don't care. I don't know why I pressed the A button. I don't know if it even registered. See, again with this, like, I can't do anything to break free, because I'm shaking violently and it's accomplishing nothing. Like, why do I even try? Why do I even try? I put the controller down and that does the trick. You know what? Fine. Controller down. I'm not even gonna try. If you're gonna be like that, I'm not even gonna try. See, the one thing I cannot stand about this fight is if I gently move the controller, it registers it as a sword swipe. Why, game? And it's just this fight that it gives me trouble. Every fucking time. How about you do that jump attack so I don't have to... Every freaking time! I think I picked the wrong day to record. I'm just not in the mood, and it's clear. You're not going to do the jump attack at all? Are you really not going to do the jump attack at all? Not at all? Okay, suit yourself. It's funny how he calls the imprisoned and Girahim the same thing regardless of which one of the two you're fighting. But yeah, the fourth one's the heart piece. I'm not going to be stopping there. So here we go with what's his name. Okay, keep running towards me, that's fine. You like bombs, right? I seem to remember the Skyward Strike does a lot of damage to him. Oh, I'm not going to be able to turn around to see him because of the angle I'm at. Dang it. Go back, buddy. Got more bombs where that came from. Yeah, Skaldera with the stronger sword. A lot faster. There aren't that many bosses that take more damage from your sword, though. Of course, there aren't that many bosses to begin with, so maybe that's a decent percentage. I mean, Skaldera takes more damage, Girahim takes more damage. Maybe Moldarak does too? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out, more likely than not. We got like a 2 and 3 chance for that to happen. Sure enough. I don't think he does, though. Okay, I tried to target the other one, but apparently... Maybe you can only hit one at a time, too. I do like this music, though. I'm thankful it didn't hit me, because I wasn't able to dodge in time. So I don't really have much to say about these fights, because you've seen them all before. Even Moldarak you've seen multiple times, so how much more do you have to talk about? I don't think he does more damage based on the sword, though. Because I remember when we faced him again in the Sand Sea, he didn't really do anything less powerful. Or we didn't have fewer hits on him. I think it's just based on the number of times you strike him. Although a small pincer may take fewer hits. Yeah, I was hoping that wouldn't happen. But I guess it did. Guy, can you come over here so I can hit you? And don't do that? Okay. Can you stab, please? Rather than do the shield attack? That would be great. I have a feeling this whole boss gauntlet is just going to be me complaining about the controls, like I probably should have been throughout the entirety of the game. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken me that long. But it's really not until you're forced to do it that it bothers you. Like, I could probably get through most of the game without worrying about it too much, because failing at a specific attack or something normally doesn't have that big of a consequence. But in a boss rush, it's kind of important. And I'm not going to get a heal here either. So here, Skyward Strike's a lot easier to do if I can actually hit with it. Because it takes a lot less time to charge. You still have to hit 4 of these things. Really? Actually, I do need arrows. I'll take those. So yeah, the Skyward Strike takes a lot less time to charge. So I'd recommend using that here if you can. So of course this is the idiot. Really? Yeah, I was gonna say, if that didn't hit him, I would have been very angry. Can you get closer to him? So this is the one that obviously takes the most time to do. So yay on that. Anytime you're doing the boss rush, you're always very unhappy if you get this fight, because it takes the longest. Okay, can we get this correct? Like, did I not properly calibrate the flatness of my remote control before this started, or what? Because I swear I'm holding it perfectly straight up, and it's not registering these anymore. Did my thing fall down or something? Because I swear it's not registering the up direction as well as it is supposed to be. So again, things Giant is complaining about that makes the video so much more entertaining. I know, right? Really? Really? All of a sudden I'm having trouble with this. Like, his eye's not even moving, and you're still missing it. But a true Master Sword, more damage to the eye? Doesn't matter. It's all about number of phases. And it takes them so long to go down that my Skyward Strike charge will have run out by the time we get some tentacles. So I was hoping to hit 2 there, I'm guessing I didn't. Which is good. It's not good. I'm lying. It was right behind me and it didn't register. Nice. Good. 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 That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you, game. How did you know? Alright, buddy, let's go. Open up your eye. I'm definitely in the mood to deal with you today. This Phase 2 is going to be so much fun, right? Can't wait for Phase 2. I can't wait for get hit by a rolling barrel that you can't see as you're trying to run up a crate whose hitbox is ridiculously tiny, so you wind up running up the wall instead and then get hit by a barrel there. Fun! See, barrel was right on top of the crate, and the boat was moving while I was climbing it, so I wasn't able to reach the top. The episode in which Giant complains about everything. Yeah, buddy, that's good. Just stay there. Just stay there. Now let's see if I can get this right. Because if you do it fast enough, you should still have his eye open, right? No, didn't work. Well, I tried. Alright, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. Can you pull back the arrow? Thanks. And just as soon as the arrows run out, too. You know, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Give me something else to complain about. I was worried for a second. I was running out of things. Because the Tantalus fight is over. I don't have anything to complain about anymore! Darn it! So that's 6? I think that's 6. Took long enough. Still making a decent chunk of money off of it, though. So we got 2 more fights to do if we want that shield. I had the strangest feeling it was going to be... Wait, is this in Prison 1? This might be in Prison 1. I think it's in Prison 1. Yeah, it's in Prison 1. How about that? Well, that's fun. We don't have Bruce to help us this time. Oh no! How are we going to do this without Bruce's help? He's so helpful in all the other fights, and now that he's not here, I don't remember how to do it. And then watch we get in Prison 3 for the next one, and I fail it because I missed one of the you shouldn't miss this shots. That would be so much fun. I can't wait for that to happen. It's totally gonna happen. I'm calling it right now. Next fight's gonna be in Prison 3, and I'm gonna miss one of the 2 shots that I can't miss, and game over. And that's what causes me to miss the shield, and I have to attempt this all over again. It's gonna happen. Watch it happen. It's gonna be so much fun when it happens, too. Because it's gonna be like, ah, Giant called it! He knew it was gonna happen. I'm actually on the record as saying it this time. As implying that it happened before, which it hasn't. But it might! See, if we're right by the thing, I could get hearts. Hearts would be nice. I don't think I'm going to need them. And I don't want to run too far out of my way, because if he gets too close to the top, then... He's probably all the way down there, actually. No, he's a lot closer than I thought he would be. I think. Is he down there? He is down there. Can I see where he is? Nope. Wonderful. So he's reached the point where... Oh, great. Now it's going to be really hard to get past him. Awesome. So he's reached the point where it's really difficult to judge how to get on top of him. Great. Fantastic. I love this part. I can actually see where he is down here, though. Alright, time to fail in Prison 3. This is going to be fun. Can't wait! It's only a 1 in 3 shot to get him, though. I think we also have Koloktos and one other fight I, for some reason, can't remember. I legitimately can't remember. Actually, can we even get that as a fight? Well, that we have a 1 in 3 chance of seeing, too. So we'll see if that works out. So the next prize we get is the absurdly sturdy shield. And hopefully we don't get Imprison 3. We don't get Imprison 3, alright! So it's Koloktos. Hi Koloktos, how you doing? Oh, the one attack I didn't want you to do. Great, thanks. And you're going to be doing it again because I was far enough away. Okay, how about you do the close-up attack? Good. Do it again. So yeah, this one will take a while. I mean, it takes fewer hits because we have the true Master Sword. It's still going to take a while, but you know what? I'm a lot less prone to dying on this one, so I don't care as much. So if I can just coax him into doing the close range attacks, they'd be a lot easier to handle. And it make things go a little bit faster. So does that take us straight to Phase 2? I hope so. Please? Yay! So I guess while we're at the end of this, and I assume I have it in the bag, I would like to say that I'm happy that they have a boss rush in this game at all. Because it's something that other Zelda games haven't done to this point. Like, Wind Waker did something similar with 3 fights at the end. But this one lets you relive all the fights that you've done, and the Silent Realms, which you really didn't have an opportunity to do a second time if you wanted to, without playing it through again. So I think it's a nice addition that they have to this game that they didn't necessarily need to put in. It's annoying that you have to do it twice if you want to get both 100%y rewards, but you know what, it's fine, I can live with that. Actually, he's going to spawn the zombies next, isn't he? Yeah, I think that does him in, though. Okay, buddy, do the thing. So let's pick this up. Hopefully the zombie doesn't get in the way. I'll be really upset if he gets in the way. Oh, we killed him anyway, it's fine. So it's nice that they have this at all, because they didn't necessarily need it. I mean, the game wouldn't have been any worse without it. So it's kind of cool that they have it at all. I just don't know if I'd like to see it again, maybe. I don't know if A Link Between Worlds says something like this, because I still have yet to play that game. There hasn't been another Zelda game since then, right? Maybe Zelda U will have something like that. That'd be interesting. Hi, guys. Oh, my shot's going over them. Because it's... Are you really going to spawn more of these guys? Come on, guy. Attack me, will you? See, the game auto-targets the thing that's farthest away from me. Why does it do that? Oh, I'm so glad I got that off before he started swinging wildly. That would have been really annoying to miss. But Koloktos down! 8 bosses down, we can claim our reward. Anytime the cutscene wants to finish. So yeah, now that we've done those 8 fights, make sure you leave! Do not just press A to go through here. I want that shield. And for all that, we get the Hylian shield. Not only does it protect you from fire and electricity like the Goddess shield does, it will never break. So essentially we've upgraded to a shield that every other game already has. And unfortunately we have to go all the way back to Skyloft if we want to equip it again and use it down here, so that'll be annoying. Like, I'm not going to run all the way back up to Skyloft, equip a shield that I probably don't need, and then come all the way back here to get the piece of heart. So I think I'll just jump in for the 4 in a row with the stuff that I already have, and I'll meet you when we get the heart piece. So I had the wonderful opportunity of fighting the Imprisoned 1 and 2 again in the set of 4. So I think that brings our total of Imprisoned fights in the last 5 or 6 hours up to, what, 6? Yeah, I get to fight the Imprisoned 6 times in the last few hours. Great! But for quitting after 4 boss fights, we get the Piece of Heart, our penultimate one. Only 1 heart piece left in the game. And I know exactly where to get it, but I won't be getting it immediately. I will be getting it after 1 more side quest that we have to do. So I'll meet you for that one.